Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This sports guy show is here, also known as Shaked Bartal. I hope everyone is having a great day and a great night as I'm sharing this link right now with everyone. So, there we go. So, ladies and gentlemen, as the title mentioned, NFL breaking news. Breaking news from the NFL. And ladies and gentlemen, the breaking news from the NFL involving the New York Jets, Jets, letting go, deciding now moving on from Hall of Famer quarterback Aaron Rodgers. And the big question that I'm interested in knowing, what are the New York Jets plan going forward? Because at the moment, the New York Jets, ladies and gentlemen, are picking seventh overall. Now, this is a weak draft class. It really is a weak draft class as far as quarterback go. We have Shador Sanders, we have Cam Ward. One of them will go, Cam Ward will probably go number one. Shador Sanders will probably go number two, which leave the Jets at the seventh spot. Now, the first overall pick in the draft belonged to the Titans. Second overall pick in the draft belonged to the Cleveland Browns. Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Both teams, the Browns and the Titans, definitely need a starting quarterback. They desperately need a starting quarterback. So the question is, do the Jets have the arsenals to trade up for either Cam Ward or Shador Sanders? Or are they comfortable in taking someone like Jalen Maros or Carson Brooks? So that is the big question that need to be answered. Because free agency wise, outside of Justin Field and Sam Darnold, there are not really good proven available free agency quarterback who are franchise starters. You have Andy Dalton. Andy Dalton in his late 30s. You have potentially a trade for Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford is 37 years old. So you have that. You have Justin Field. You have Russell Wilson, who is getting up there in age. Which the question is, what are you going to do, New York Jets? What are you going to do, the New York Jets? Are you comfortable with reunion with Sam Darnold? Are you okay with signing Justin Field or Russell Wilson? Are you okay with potentially trading for Aaron O'Connell from the Raiders? Are you okay with Andy Dalton potentially as a bridge quarterback? So it's a big question. It's a big question that we don't have an answer right now. We don't know, and I don't know, and no one know what are the Jets going to do. Because it's one thing to say, listen, Aaron Rodgers, we are moving on from you. But it's another thing to have a backup plan. I mean, are you possible going to reach out to the Jaguars and see what they will want for Trevor Lawrence? I mean, that is a big question. What are you going to do? What are you going to do, New York Jets, Jets? I mean, realistically, it's a tough decision because on one end, sure, Aaron Rodgers doesn't have it anymore, at least with the Jets. But on the other end, you don't have, in my opinion, you don't have a better option available right now, free agency or through the draft, that we can say at the moment it's better than Aaron Rodgers. We really cannot say that. We really cannot say that the Jets right now have a better option than Aaron Rodgers. I mean, are they going to go to Mike White? Are they going to go to Skylar Thompson? I mean, realistically, what are they going to do? Are they going to trade for Joe Milton? Which, if they are going to trade for Joe Milton from the Pats, I can guarantee you, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to cost them a lot of draft capitals because we are talking about the same divisional rival. And I'm predicting if the Jets try to trade for Joe Milton, I'm predicting, ladies and gentlemen, that if the Jets are trying to trade for Joe Milton, they will probably have to give up a third round pick, maybe even a second round pick 2026 and a third round pick in 2025. Why? Because they're in the same division. The Patriots and the Jets are in the same division. So maybe another things that the Jets might consider. For example, Garrett Wilson, trading Garrett Wilson and trading for a quarterback. The question is, what quarterback can you get for him that is a proven franchise quarterback that can play for the next 5 years? That is a big question. I mean, do the Jags want Garrett Wilson for Trevor Lawrence? And let's say swipe a first round pick? Probably not, because the Jags will be picking 7th and the Jets will be picking 5th overall. So the Jags will probably not agree to that, but maybe they will agree to swipe a pick and maybe get the 2nd and a 3rd round pick. Will the Jets trade for Kenny Pickett from the Eagles, backup quarterback? Will they attempt to sign Malik Willis in free agency? Will they attempt to trade for Will Levis, even though we know he's a bust? But sometimes, ladies and gentlemen, when you switch team, you could potentially have a better career. Will they attempt to sign Sam Darnold? Will they attempt to sign Brock Purdy? Which Brock Purdy is a very good starting quarterback. But the question is, will they attempt to sign Brock Purdy? And do they have the cap room to do that? Which they probably don't. Will they attempt to trade for Geno Smith? Probably not, because Geno is up there in age. So the point is, the Jets are in a complete mess. In my opinion, they are heading for a full rebuild. Make no mistake about it. The New York Jets are heading to a full rebuild. They will probably have to trade Davante Adams. They will have to trade Garrett Wilson. Yeah, Garrett Wilson is very young, but I don't believe Garrett Wilson is going to want to play for a franchise that is not going to be good. I don't believe that. I really don't. So I really don't, ladies and gentlemen. So I will sharing the link with a guest who hopefully will agree to come on. But my point is the New York Jets are in a complete mess. And then we have to talk about the LA Rams. They are also in complete mess. I mean, yeah, you want to rebuild, but you don't have a plan. You don't have a plan ahead. Let's take considerations the Rams. Will they sign Justin Field? Will they sign Russell Wilson? Will they sign Carson Wentz? Andy Dalton? Brock Purdy? Sam Darnold? My whole point is, ladies and gentlemen, right now, and I could be mistaken because after all, we don't have the combine yet. It's in about 2 weeks from now, starting in February, late February, 2 weeks from now. Free agency afterward, trade and all of that in the draft. So, of course, a lot will change between now, combine, free agency, the draft, which I will definitely keep you guys update on what is going on. But my whole point, ladies and gentlemen, my whole point is follow. This is free agency at the moment. It's not the year that you want to be looking for a franchise quarterback. It's really not. And again, Sam Darnold is a good quarterback. Justin Field is a good quarterback. Russell Wilson was a great quarterback. Not anymore. Same with Matthew Stafford. Brock Purdy will cost you probably $50 million per average starting salary. And I don't think the 49ers will let him go. Derek Carr, the Saints may or may not keep him. I suspect that they will keep him because they don't have someone who can replace him. So my whole point is, right now, ladies and gentlemen, if you need a franchise quarterback, this is not the year. This is not the year to address it because there is not a lot of good quarterback at the moment in the draft. Free agency, there's not. Trade-wise, yeah, maybe you can trade for a quarterback, but it's going to cost you an arm and a leg. So it's not like you can find the next Tom Brady, for example, in free agency. You're not going to find the next Tom Brady or Baker Mayfield in free agency. You're not, because this is not the year for quarterback. This is the type of free agency that you can get wide receiver, potentially in a trade, Deebo Samuel, Cooper Clagg, maybe T. Gibbons, maybe trade for Jamar Chase. So this is the type of a year. Wide receiver? Absolutely. Defensive end? Yeah, absolutely. Josh Sweat, among others, will be free agency, unrestricted free agent. If they don't, of course, apply the franchise tag, their teams. So defensive end, this is the free agency for you. Wide receiver? Absolutely. T. Higgins, Jamar Chase potentially available for the right price. Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave, Cooper Clagg. Just to name a few. You have a couple of wide receivers from the Bears who could be available in a trade. Maybe DJ Moore. So maybe Keenan Allen. So free agency, trade-wise, wide receiver, if you need a wide receiver, this is the year for you. And Adam Thielen from the Panthers, he might become available if you need a running back. Yeah, this is the type of a year you can get a running back. One of them probably is Miles Sanders, maybe James Cook, if he doesn't agree to a deal with the Buffalo Bills. Offensive lineman, yeah, absolutely. One of them, Brady Christensen among others. Kicker, you have Eddie Pinheiro, among others. Punter, you have Johnny Aker, among others. Tight ends, you have good group of tight end. Tackles, guard, safety, you name it. But not quarterback. Not quarterback. I feel bad. I feel really bad, ladies and gentlemen, for the teams who need a starting quarterback right now. I feel terrible because if you need a starting quarterback, you're in a mess. You are in a complete mess, ladies and gentlemen. If you need a starting quarterback, I feel terrible for you. I absolutely feel terrible for you if your team needs a starting quarterback in this year, free agency or the draft. Unless you're picking number 1 or 2, unless you're the Titans or the Browns, I feel terrible for you because if you want to trade up, oh my gosh, it's going to cost you so much more than what the Panthers did 2 years ago to trade for Bryce Young. Probably going to cost you at least 2 to 3 first round pick. Why? Because the draft class, quarterback wise, it's so freaking weak. It's weak. It's absolutely weak. I mean, Cam Ward probably going to be a very good starting quarterback. Same with Shedeur Sanders. But after that, who is the third quarterback in this draft? Pending the combine, which of course we will find out all of that. Is it Jalen Merrill? Is it Carson Blank? Is it Quinn Ewald? Who is it? Because realistically, this is a terrible class. This is absolutely a terrible class if you need a quarterback. If you need a wideout, by all means, you can have so many to choose from. Jamal Chase, potentially, which the Bengals, in case you don't know, their owner is Mike Brown. Mike Brown is known to be very cheap owner. So Jamal Chase could be available in the trade. T. Higgins, if the Bengals don't keep him, he's going to be available. Maybe you have Tariq Hill you can trade to. Trade from the Dolphins. Maybe Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave, Chris Cooper Black, Deebo Samuel. Deebo Samuel, who last year in the Super Bowl played tremendous. And now, free agent. 49ers are going to trade him. So like I say, you need a quarterback. If you're the New York Jets, yeah, you're letting go of Aaron Rodgers. We agree. That is the right move. But what is your plan B? What is your plan B, New York Jets? Because I'm sitting here February 13, 2025, 8:49 p.m., and I have no clue what in the world are the New York Jets doing. I really don't, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, I absolutely have zero clue what the Jets are doing. Because you want to trade for Trevor Lawrence? Go ahead. Approach the Jags. They will ask for 2025, 2026, 2027 first round pick. And maybe Garrett Wilson. You want to sign Bryce Purdy? You don't have the cap room. You want to bring back Sam Darnold? Yeah, fine. You want to sign Justin Field? Yeah, he's 25, but he's unproven. So it's a complete mess. It's absolutely complete mess if you need a quarterback right now. I feel bad for teams who need quarterback, and I envy teams who don't, like the Panthers, like the Falcons, like the Eagles. Teams who are all set, like the Texans. They are all set. But look at the Colts. Look at the Jets. Maybe look at the Jags. Look at the Steelers. Look at the Rams. Look at the Seahawks. Look at the 49ers. Those teams are in a mess. Team like Commanders, they are completely set for the next 10 years plus. So this is not good if you need a quarterback. It's really not good. And I will, of course, have more videos, ladies and gentlemen, talking about the NFL, free agency, draft, combine. You know where to find the best, absolutely the best sport analysis on YouTube from yours truly, Sports Guy Show, also known as Shaked Bartal. Please make sure to hit the like button. Please make sure to subscribe. I will have more videos tomorrow night and for the weekend, probably talking about NBA, Major League Baseball, and we'll resume NFL talk next week, that is for sure. And we will have more videos. So my whole point is, please subscribe, please tell a friend, please hit the like button, please share with your friend, with your dog, with your cat, with your neighbor, with your uncle, with your nephew, with your cousin. Share it with everyone. Subscribe. Let's help this channel grow. And I appreciate everyone who's tuning in. I'm about to sign off, but I see we have a guest in the room and a viewer. So if you have a question, please go ahead and ask me, viewer. We were talking about the NFL and it went away. Not a big deal. So I really, really appreciate everyone who tuned in. Make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, tell a friend, tell a neighbor, tell your cousin, tell your nephew, tell the judge, tell the police officer, tell the paramedic, tell the president, tell anyone and everyone to make sure to subscribe to this channel. If you like sport, if you like honest opinion, which you won't get in the national media, because the national media, with all the respect for sport-wise, they are going to sugarcoat it. I don't believe in sugarcoating. I believe in telling you the truth. The whole truth. You might not agree with my opinion, ladies and gentlemen, but you won't get a bunch of BS from me. You won't get a bunch of excuses from me why my team, which my team is the Carolina Panthers, in case no one knows. But nonetheless, even though I'm a diehard Carolina Panthers fan, when they're not going to play good, which there will be time in 2025 season, what I can guarantee you, ladies and gentlemen, you will not, and I repeat, you will not get from me a BS. You will not get from me excuses. But what you will get from me is straightforward honesty about why the Carolina Panthers did not play good, why they didn't do that. And if I need to call for coaches to be fired, I'm going to do so in a respectable way, because it's a job after all, but I'm going to do it. Because at the end of the day, the national media, the sports media, the traditional media, they are respectable. They are great. But they never tell you the truth. Why? Because they're afraid of doing so. Because if they tell you the truth, the coach, the GM, the player might not want to come on the show, on the station, which I get that. I absolutely do. But as far as I go, you will hear from me, ladies and gentlemen, the truth, my opinion, but always in a respectable way. I believe sharing my opinion, but never crossing the line. Some might disagree. I don't believe so. I believe you can be tough, harsh, but also respectable, which is what you will get on my channel. So please make sure, tell a friend, tell a neighbor, tell your dog, tell your cat, tell your alligator, tell your bunny to subscribe to my channel. Good night, everyone.